Hello, my name is Danny Andrea and welcome to my kitchen, Danny's Kitchen. Tonight I'll be cooking an Italian favourite, my version of it, which is a Spaghetti Aglio, which is basically spaghetti with olive oil, chilli and garlic. So for tonight's recipe you need olive oil and salt, some chopped coriander, chicken stock cube, 1 to 2 chilies depending on your taste, a little bit of butter, a handful of pine nuts, spaghetti, about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic depending up to your taste, and Grana Padano cheese or Parmesan, whichever you prefer. So bring your pasta water to boil, and I like to add a little bit of butter in there, or with olive spread or whatever you like. Sprinkle some chicken stock, because we always like to cook the spaghetti in chicken stock, not just plain boiled water. And to that we just add a little bit of salt and we boil that through. Okay, so I like to use about, for 2 people, half a packet spaghetti. Break it in half. Just sit it in the water. Right, now with the chilies, just finely slice them. Leave the seeds in because this dish is meant to have a bit of heat in it. And with the coriander, just finely chopped, finely sliced. These will go in towards the end of the cooking process. And with the garlic, you need as thin as possible sliced, because when we cook this up in the oil it should just like disintegrate and melt into the oil. And where I got that idea from, believe it or not, was watching Goodfellas, the movie. I don't know if you've seen Goodfellas, but when Paulie the boss was in jail, they were cooking all their pastas and all that, and he used a razor blade from his shaving kit to thinly slice, as thin as possible, the garlic. And I thought, wow, what a great idea, and I've been doing it ever since myself. So that's been heating up for about a minute now. I'm going to start off with the pine nuts, because there is nothing better than roasted pine nuts. Just going to cook that off a bit before we start adding the rest of the ingredients. Okay, so as you can see now, they're starting to go a little bit dark. That's what you want. You don't want to overcook them because they'll get a bitter taste. But at that consistency, that's when you add the garlic and the chilies all together. And just mix that in. And you watch that garlic melt away, so finely sliced, because this oil, garlic infused oil with the spaghetti, is just something else.
Question time.
Yep.
This smells amazing already, but where was the inspiration for this dish? Where did you first come across it?
Well, I come from a very musical family, as you know, my little brother Pete being the singer. I was touring with my brother Pete, my brother Chris, who was a lead guitarist, and I was head of security. And we were going like 7 different countries in 7 days back then. It was just full on. Back in the 90s, and we had a drummer, our drummer was called Tim, and every time we went to a different country, we would always hunt down the best Italian restaurant, and we would always have for a lunch a Spaghetti Aglio. I'll never forget it. And that's what gave me the inspiration for this dish. Now this looks like it's getting there nicely. Like I say, you don't want to over brown the pine nuts. You might want to toast the pine nuts before you put them in the oil, just on a hot pan, no oil needed really, and then add them in later, whatever's easy for you. Now what we're going to do is just strain the spaghetti. Strain it right out. Then straight in the pan. all that through. And now you want to coat the spaghetti with the oil and the garlic and the chilies. Honestly, it's such an amazing flavour. You'll be licking your lips for a month. Sprinkle some of your coriander.
Oh, this smells amazing.
It's a really good dish.
So do you think people are under the impression that this is going to be tasteless and it'll be dry, you know, because a lot of people like saucy dishes, don't they, with their pasta?
Yeah, I mean, this is a vegetarian option. This is probably a healthier option. Olive oil being a cholesterol killer and all that. I mean, don't knock it till you try it. The flavours of this is just so intense and such beautiful flavours. This with a bit of garlic bread on the side, you can't go wrong.
So this is a very traditional Italian dish then, isn't it?
Yeah, but they don't use coriander, and I'm not sure if they use the pine nuts in it. Hang on.
Well, that could be the kind of
just a little bit of salt.
You're making it your own.
Yeah, it's just every dish you make, it's all about making it your own. Just like you said, just making, you know, you might not want coriander, you might want parsley, you might want basil. I mean, it's purely up to each individual
I think
taste.
about being in the kitchen as well, it's about being creative, isn't it?
It is. So
you have to enjoy it and add your own little touches.
Yeah, I'm also going to add a little bit of cracked pepper just to finish it off. And what else works really well with this, which I actually haven't got at the moment, is chili oil. So look at that. It's really, I wish you could smell it. I'm sure you'd be smelling it when you cook it in your own homes. Try and scoop up all those pine nuts. And then to top it off, your ground Padano cheese. I'm a bit of a cheesy person, so. And then you have your Spaghetti Aglio. Beautiful dish, beautiful taste. You know, when the camera's off, I'm going to put more on my plate, standard. It took, what, 5 minutes to prepare, 15 minutes to cook. Within 20 minutes, you've got something that tastes amazing. So I'd like to say thank you for coming to Danny's Kitchen. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you did, please like and subscribe. Remember one thing, life is too short for bad food.